What's up, you beautiful people? Welcome to another video. Today, I want to talk about how you can get ahead of 99% of businesses, your competition, through the simple use of AI. Now, this is not going to be, well, it might be like every other video that you've seen on the topic. I don't know. I actually haven't watched too many videos on this topic, but here's the one thing that I would suggest every single business needs to implement right away. And if you're listening to this and you do not have a business yet, here's a business idea for you that you could run with and make easy money over the next 6 months. I'm talking like you could scale this single idea to 100K per month within the next 6 months. Easy peasy. So the idea is simply this: every business needs to have its own AI university. And what I mean by that is, one of the best things that you can have is a single repository, a single source of truth within your business. That usually is your operating system, right? Your playbooks, the way that you guys do what you do in your business uniquely in the way that you do it. This is very valuable because as you have new hires coming in, you have a way of training them. You say, go to the training documents, go read through that SOP, right? You have all of that theoretically. You should in some manner, but it's still kind of an old school way of consuming information. And if you have ever built a team, you know that even with perfect systems and perfect playbooks in a single place for people to go and get the information, there are still a lot of questions. There's still a lot of nuance, and they're still going to have to come to you. They're going to have to come to other people on their team, and they're going to ask questions and go, what do I do in this fringe case? Well, if you were to take all of your trainings, all your SOPs, all of those documents, and you load them into an AI, into a GPT or into like a Delphi AI that pretty much clones your business's knowledge, well, now you have a really interesting tool that anybody can use to just go and ask it questions. And this is valuable for your team. As you're training somebody, you bring them in, you say, okay, here's all the SOPs and everything. If you have any questions, ask the AI. And the AI has been trained on your voice. It's been trained on your systems, on your processes, so it can give them the correct answer, or at least point them in the right direction to where to look for the answer. Two, anybody that's on your team that maybe needs to be cross-trained into a new department, or that's maybe a little bit fuzzy on an idea of how to do a thing, they can just go to the AI as well and say, hey, how should I approach this? So you can imagine, like, if Apple and Google and Tesla, they have their Tesla chatbot, they have their Apple bot, and it's like, how do I deal with this unique situation? If I'm an Apple human resources and I'm like, I got this weird case with this person, how should I handle this? Boom, it pops up, it gives you all the different relevant documents that you need, and it coaches you through it. Very, very powerful. Incredibly powerful, though, is if you also have an outward facing component to your business, which most businesses do. So everybody pretty much has a chatbot on their website at this point, but those chatbots are just trained on an if-then sequence, right? I guess that's technically all an AI is technically trained on too, is an if-then, right? But then it's more, the knowledge base and the context that it has to pull from is so much deeper when it's on your own content. So instead of going to the chatbot and saying, hey, I have this question, and it has a limited amount of answers that it's been trained within, it can answer any question for you, right? It has and it is branded in the same voice, the same tonality. And so it's always on brand, whether that's for a client who's coming in, they got questions about your product. Maybe you're a coach or a consultant and you have a business, they have their questions, they come in, they can interact with that entity. Now, the business idea that I think is, it's going to be massive. Like, the opportunity here is massive, because if you're watching this, you are already really far ahead of the curve in terms of your AI adoption. Most people are not watching videos like this. They're not thinking about, how do I implement AI into my business? If anything, they're sitting on the sidelines. They see the AI revolution and they're afraid of it, or they're just sticking their head in the sand. They're pretending like it's going to go away. It's just going to be a fad, right? So one way or the other, like, majority of people are not actually interacting yet with AI on a day-to-day basis in probably the same way that you are, having actually clicked on this video. That means you have a unique advantage. It means that you are really far ahead on the adoption curve. And so there's going to be a lot of demand in the future from people who are behind you, who know way less than you, who need to get caught up once they have either the light bulb moment that they're far behind, or somebody steps into their life and says, hey, I can help you implement this. So if you were to go to businesses right now within your town, like, you could just go to brick and mortar businesses and be like, hey, what I do is I create an AI genie that's trained on your information. I take all of your training, all your SOPs, everything within your business, and we train an AI so that your team can reference it, your customers can use it. Like, it will instantly be the single source of truth within their institution. And if you can come in, like, you could set this up. If you know how to do it, it's relatively easy. Like, you just need to feed a lot of information and then train it on the information, right? That's pretty straightforward, but the downstream value to the business is incredible. And I'm telling you, like, I see this right now because I just trained an AI on me. The AI, Anthony, we put in over 4 million words of training documents for my businesses, from videos, every single video I've ever put out, every single training video that I've done for my private clients, which is like, I don't know, 4 million words is a lot of words. That thing is practically a clone of me at this point. And so I can reference it when I have questions about things that I've done in the past. My clients can come and they can reference it. And it's not as good as talking to me, but it gets them 90% of the way. And then for the remaining 10%, the one-on-one coaching and the context of group coaching helps fill in those gaps for them. I'm telling you though, like, this is an easy opportunity for somebody that doesn't need to be super technical to just go and start helping people implement this inside their businesses. You would make a lot of money. The pitch would be very easy. And so I don't know why you're still sitting on the sidelines. If you have your business and you have not done this yet, just go to ChatGPT, create a GPT, start feeding in all of the documents, everything that you can in there. Doesn't have to be super sophisticated, but I'm telling you, you're going to want this. It's going to be, I think in the next 10 years, you're going to be archaic if you're running a business that doesn't have some form of like AI university within your business. So take this, run with it. Don't get left in the dust. And I will see you beautiful people in the next video.